All right. How is everyone doing? Uh-oh. All right. There we go. All right, y'all. I am trying something new for the first time. I am live here on LinkedIn. I am live on Twitch at Chris_Hennessy. And I think I'm live on YouTube. Yep, there it is right there. All right. So never done this before on all three, so it's going to be a learning experience for all of us. So yeah, hang on, I'm just looking at all this and making sure it's there. It is definitely there, so that is cool. I'm excited to be doing that. Like I said, it's my first time, so woohoo! So my guest today is Danielle Keeling. We all know her as, you know, a fierce ADHD warrior, neurodiversity advocate and all that, but she's got a lot going on that I'm excited to hear more about. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring her on and we can get this started. Hi, Danielle.
Hey.
How are you?
How are you, Chris?
I am good. I am so glad you were here. We've already got, that is Amanda right there. She is showing up as a LinkedIn user.
Hey, Amanda.
Yeah. Nathan is here. That's Amanda. Nathan's saying hi to Amanda. So, yeah. All right. So, let's see. Boom. Kenny's here. All right. So thank you so much for being here. You've got a lot going on since the last time we talked. You sold your house and went on the road and working with Amanda at Sadies Purpose and just busy. Val is here. Hi, Val.
Hey, Val.
And Val is on the board too, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah, that is so cool. I love Val. Like every Tuesday night, I get a message from her. But it just makes my night.
I know. I love it. I told her. I said it, and every time, like, it's really good. It's like she knows how to connect with us, and how to pick the right words that she sends out. Those treasure words. I love it.
Yeah, the treasure word. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Loopy. Yeah, and then her butterfly star posts are always just really cool.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
She's got a big heart for sure.
Yep. So tell us what you got going on.
Oh, man. It has been just such a huge change, a lot of change at one time. And it's been good. It's been stressful. We've had a lot of bumps, but we've gotten through them. Overall, though, our health and our happiness has improved, which was the goal. Right. So we met our first goal. And so we've been doing this for about 2 months, and it is a lot of fun, and it's beautiful. We've been going to different lakes around Oklahoma. We're staying close to family right now because we're having work done on the truck that we bought to pull the trailer. We had a few issues with it, so we've just now got it where it needs to be. And so now we feel a little more comfortable going out of state, but we've got different holidays and stuff, going on, and birthdays in the family. So we're still going to be close for a while. So we're just staying around Lake Texoma area and working from our RV, and we both started working full-time online. And it's going really good. That's been quite an adjustment as well. I have to give props to all of the people who have always worked from home before they had to, or before the COVID, because, man, it is quite an adjustment for sure.
Yeah, I bet. I never had to go to a work from home environment. I don't know that I could do it, mainly because in our little tiny house, we don't have a place set up for me to work. I didn't know today was Kenny's birthday. Happy birthday, Kenny. If I'd have known that, I'd have made you a birthday video like I did Alex. So all I have to do is sit in my recliner. Like, I'd have to have my laptop propped up on something, and I would not, like, I'd be thinking about the boat sitting out there and the dogs wanting to play and everything else. So.
Exactly. And even when it's completely quiet and you have that time, every little thing distracts me. Of course, being ADHD doesn't help. That's my biggest problem is distraction. So I have to like tunnel vision. I have to get in a good spot. And I have found that going outside and working from the picnic tables or down by the lake, I get so much more done. I can think clearly. I'm not looking at this that I could clean up, this that I could pick up, oh, I forgot about this, or, I just, every little thing just distracts you. So I work outside mostly and I enjoy it. And it's definitely therapeutic, which was the goal to have an environment to work in like that for a lot of self-care for myself.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I think I'd be more distracted outside, especially by a lake, because my mind would be on the fish I'm not catching. Yeah, the fish I'm not catching right now because
right. It's just so beautiful though.
Yeah.
And it's so quiet and you can just hear nature and watch nature, and it just can make you open that creative mind and just be at peace. And sometimes I'm not even writing anything down, but I've got it all going on in my mind and it's helping me kind of get it organized without all the chaos. So it's nice.
Cool. That is awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about Sadie's Purpose.
Oh, yes.
And what we've got going on with Amy and with Darren and how they have teamed up to kind of help you guys out.
Yeah, so Darren does the graphic design, and Amy has allowed us to use the site to get not only her supporters, but our supporters to go and check out Sadie's Purpose and be able to support and donate. And what excites me about Sadie's Purpose is if it doesn't relate to you directly, then a lot of people know someone that it can relate to, and it's families in the NICU or families of babies in the NICU.
Right.
And it is a nonprofit organization that distributes like goodie bags, I guess you could say, or I can't think of another name for it at the moment, but it has like toys or essentials, things that you aren't thinking about when you're rushing from home to get up there because from the NICU saying, you need need to come up here. I mean, there's so many different things that people face, or you've just been in there for so long that you need deodorant, or you never know.
Right.
And so it's a way to connect and help those families that are already hurting and in a place of just fear and anxiety, and, kind of gives them and the children, things to play with or activities to keep their mind off of it, so they're not just sitting there and things like that.
Right. Exactly.
It's amazing.
Yeah. 4 packs is what Amanda said.
Yes. So it's Amanda Knight is our founder, and I'm the president. So I was thrilled when I was asked to join the board. And
yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Like that's got to be like a huge honor, right? Like something that, because, Amanda's very open about it. So I'm not saying anything that she wouldn't say. This was born out of something she went through. She lost a daughter and was in the NICU for so long. And out of this, she saw a need and she's working to fill that need.
Yes.
It's so amazing.
It is so awesome.
I dropped the link in the comments. So tell us about what Amy did on the website to help. It's a fundraiser for you guys, right?
Right. So there are a few options to help support Sadie's Purpose, and she put together a baby onesie. What was two different tote bags, and then they just added some adult shirts as well with Sadie's Purpose on it. So you'll want to definitely go check that out, and then also check out Sadie's Purpose
Yes.
as well, 𝙒𝙏𝙀𝙗𝑒𝑠𝑃URPOSE.org, and see what we're all about. We would love to have your support, but also we're here to support those who need us. And I know a lot of people can relate to this, so we want you to know that you're not alone, and that we want to help others that have gone through this. So
yeah. Who else is on the board with you guys?
Michael Hassler.
Hassler, yeah.
Yes, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of the background stuff that he's helping us with. So he's got a lot of knowledge that is really, he's contributing a lot. Yeah, so kind of like the legal side, I guess you could say. So he's great.
I love his profile picture. Like all you see is like from here up on it, the way the angle of his profile picture is.
Oh yeah, it's the track in the background or something, or I don't even know. Yeah.
So they can go here. This is the link. It's in the comments. If anybody wants to go check it out, look at the stuff that Amy put up, and I'm getting distracted here. Look at the stuff that Amy put up, the t-shirts, the onesies and stuff, and then that helps to support you guys.
Yes. And we're going to be on the site for the month of June for donation. So it's pretty awesome that they're allowing that, and having Sadie's Purpose. It's really an honor, for them to choose us, because they could have chosen anyone.
Sorry, I was trying to go.
Yeah,
I apologize, everybody. Like I'm trying to go back and forth between Twitch and LinkedIn to see what's going on.
You are perfectly fine.
Yeah, like I said, I hate to have technical difficulties.
If something awkward's going to happen, it's going to be with me, I promise.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nobody else I'd rather have it happen with. Yeah, there's Amanda. He's great. Nathan jumped over to Twitch to check it out. Yep.
And I'm like the worst at shout outs and like, remembering people and names, and oh goodness gracious. So I'm sorry if I miss anybody.
I'm terrible at names too. I try to remember. I'm terrible. Like I try to use these lives to highlight people in my network and what they're doing and stuff. And if there's ever, ones that are in business for themselves or whatever, and I'm terrible about remembering at the end, do like a call to action. All right, so if you need this, you go talk to, you can DM them or whatever. And I'm terrible about remembering to do that. Right.
You're like, I know who, but I can't give you the name. So I'm no use to you now. Oh. We're finally getting some sunshine here. Oh my gosh, it has been raining non-stop.
Oh my God, it has here too. We got a little bit of sunshine yesterday and today, but it's supposed to start raining again, and I'm over it.
Yeah, we're so over it too. We just bought some new turf, like that rollout turf that we can put right outside our door because there's so much mud and rock.
Right.
And we went out fishing this morning because it was really, really nice, but we didn't catch anything. So we're going to try again on the boat this afternoon, and we might have a better chance that way. But it's been a pretty nice day. Good morning and good afternoon so far. So
do y'all have a boat?
It's my husband's stepfather, I guess you would say. Yeah. And him and his Ben's mom, her and her fiance is who it is. They come out and they camp with us sometimes. So sometimes they'll meet up with us wherever we are, and then they bring their boat. We have a pontoon that we're getting ready to get like cleaned up and ready for the summer, but we just haven't went and picked it up and done all of that because we've had issues with our truck that we been trying to fix, and we're like, we don't need to be hauling anything that we don't have to until we because we had a couple of injectors that had to be replaced. So it was like a big deal. Yeah. It was like, and we had to get it fixed before we had to move again because everybody we know has the old adapter to pull the fifth wheel, and we have the new adapter. So not just any truck can just help us pull it. So it's been a nightmare with that. But luckily, we've gotten everything fixed in, like, on time to be able to pull it to the next place. But like I said, that's why we're kind of sticking around this area, and which is pretty cool because all my friends and family are here. So I still get to see everybody, and we're hoping to start getting together more. Everybody's just so busy.
Yeah.
How have you been?
I've been good. I've been doing real good. Been busy. Been real busy for some reason. Not hardly
a lot on your plate.
Yeah, I have, and I've been fishing quite a bit more than I have been lately. I've been able to go fishing. Yeah, so we've been going up to Lake Palestine, which is like 30 minutes away, setting out lines. And Friday we caught 55. 2 weeks ago we caught 76.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we've got a freezer full of fish now. So that's.
What kind of fish?
Catfish.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah. That's what we like to fish for.
Yeah,
that and crappie.
I like crappie. I really want to go to Lake Texoma, though. I want to go striper fishing up there so bad I can't stand it.
Yeah. That's fun.
That's kind of what it's known for.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't been, but most everybody I know, that's what they do. They go striper fishing over there. So I have this little gnat bugging me. Sorry. I live outdoors, so.
So tell us a little bit more about the traveling. Like, what kind of birthed y'all wanting to live the nomad life?
So we are both neurodiverse. So we both think differently. I have ADHD. My husband, I believe, has ADD, and he's never been formally diagnosed, and he doesn't medicate for it. He doesn't need to. So he can do his with more techniques and therapy, where mine is pretty extreme to where I need medication, and I always have, since I started taking it and into adulthood. So, some people I truly believe need, prescription medication, and I understand that, and I believe that, sometimes that is the best bet. I have a hard time functioning like I need to without it. So that's when I know that I have to consistently take it. But there are people that don't necessarily need medication just because they have ADHD or autism or, something like that. So there's such a wide spectrum that's why I use the word neurodiversity so much, because it is basically a concept that says, listen, there's certain people that think differently, they process things differently, but they need to understand that it's not a negative thing. Like, it's just a different way of thinking, and there's a lot of different strengths that we have. And, it's just a better way to say it, because I'm on the spectrum. I couldn't tell you where I'm at on the spectrum. I'm sure I could be diagnosed by a few people and come up with a few different things, but, I just want to help others and encourage them, inspire them to understand that it's okay. You can be different. You are different, and find your strengths and use your strengths. Don't worry about what you're lacking or you feel like you're lacking or what makes you different. I want to help those people.
Right.
So, in more than one way, not just in, confidence and figuring out how to use self-care and things like that, but also with their mental health. And, some people don't know who to go to, or they don't talk to family members about it, and they need someone to reach out to. I don't give professional advice, I'm not a doctor, and I don't pretend to be, but I can listen and I can suggest, options for them. So definitely my main purpose in life is to grab a hold of those people that are different and give them the biggest hug and just let them know it's okay.
Right.
And be yourself, and it's freaking awesome. It's awesome to be different. Everybody wants to be different, but then when they're different, it's like, oh my God, I'm not like everybody else, you know, and it's not okay, but it's starting to be okay because we're getting the word out.
Yeah. And you were really instrumental, like my wife. That was how we really started talking. I don't even remember. I don't even remember how we ended up connecting, but I saw a post you did on it. So I asked you a question. I DM'd you and asked you a question, and that's kind of what birthed this friendship.
Yeah,
because my wife was struggling with it.
Yeah, you were like, hey, my wife and I think that she might be my wife thinks that she might be ADHD because she keeps seeing all these things and she's like, I do that.
Yeah, she saw it on TikTok.
I do that, you know. And that's one of the hardest things that I've gone through is all of the realizations and figuring out my differences and my strengths and how to turn them in more, you know, into more of a strength than a burden or hindrance. Learning what skills I do have and what is important to me and what health, you know, self-care I can do to make things better. And here I go rambling. I forgot what my point was. So
no, you're good.
There's the ADHD.
Yeah, well, I do that too, but I think it's because of the gray hair in my beard. It's
Oh yeah,
old age. But it really the conversations we had. Then I would talk to my wife, and then we Zoomed once, and then we Zoomed again with my wife, and I think it really made her feel better about going to the doctor for it. Like it took a couple of months of this, but then she was finally like, I think I'm going to go to the doctor.
Good.
We went to the doctor. The doctor put her on some medication. It's not it's not Ritalin or Adderall. It doesn't have the stimulant in it. It's something else. I don't remember what it is, but it has helped her tremendously. Like,
I'm so
she takes
glad.
it first thing in the morning. She can focus better. She never had a problem really focusing at work. It was really strange. At home, she couldn't get anything done without getting stuck. At work, she always excelled in everything she did. So it was kind of it was strange, but it's really helped her out. Yeah.
That's where her strength lies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where one of her strengths lies. Yeah. We can like really knock it out of the park in some places. And usually it is our job because we're a lot of times we're perfectionists and we want to do the best, but we also want to please the person above us. So we want to do the best, and then we want to hear that we did well, and we want to hear that we need that because we work really hard to satisfy and to show like, are you proud of me? Does that make sense?
No, it does. That is her to a T.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So she cares. She cares what they think. She cares what the customers say. She cares about what she does, and she puts her heart into it. So not that she doesn't at home, but that's where all that distraction comes in.
Yes.
So.
And I had to learn to navigate her or around her. Like she would get focused and do something in the house. So one corner of the house would be like spotless.
Yeah.
But the rest of the house, like maybe the dishes or whatever. And I was real bad about coming in and seeing, God dang, baby, you couldn't do the dishes. You were off all day. Which that's on me. That's not on her at all.
Yeah.
But now that I've kind of learned and seen, and my eyes were open, I guess, to what, is really going on in her head, I've learned to go home and just praise her for notice the things that she did instead of noticing the things that she didn't, because she was so hypersensitive to any kind of criticism. Whether I mean it as criticism or not, you know what I mean?
Right. And it's hard because because here's the thing, she already feels guilty that it didn't get done. So when you come in and you mention anything about it, that's what that trigger is, because she already has been on herself about it. So now you're on her, and that's too much. So I can completely understand that. And it took my husband and I a few years before we really started figuring each other out. And that's something that he's had to work on with me as well, because he's like, sometimes you're just like 100%, and then other times it's like 0. Like it just isn't done. It's all backed up or whatever, and it's because she's just not going to do it. She's just not doing it right now.
Yeah.
You know? But like you said, what did she get done? What is she working on? What is she accomplishing? Or did she just need a break? Or is she trying to take care of herself?
Right.
It could be something else. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I had a day like that just here about a week ago. I was supposed to have a meeting with my coach, Mark Morris Jr. I work with him, and he's amazing. I was supposed to have our session, and sometimes I can't be in front of the camera. Sometimes I can't talk to people. Sometimes I just can't do anything. I just have those days. It's almost like a roadblock. And so that was one of those days. And I hate canceling on people, but I have to do it because I would rather not try to force myself through it and not be myself and just kind of fake it. Then I'd rather just reschedule, be myself, be productive. So I've had to cancel with a few people on LinkedIn. Some people probably don't even want to schedule with me again because of it. But, the people that get to know me, they understand why. And I'm trying not to be flaky, but I kind of am a flaky person because of that.
And that's okay. Like you had to cancel on us one time. The meeting you were going to do with Amy and I had to get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you were like, man, I just can't do it today. I was like,
okay.
That's okay. It happened.
I don't mind admitting it because I would rather be truthful than to just make up something stupid that it's like, well, just tell them why. If anything, you can be more understanding, because you can relate to that. Yeah.
That's Amanda right there on the screen. Says, sounds like y'all could be talking about me. I'm bad about being hyper focused and losing sight. Yeah. That's exactly what my wife does too. She gets hyper focused on one thing and then doesn't do anything else. And then she feels bad. Like I'll come in and say how good she did on something and she'll be like, yeah, but I'm sorry I didn't do this, and this. And I'm just like, but baby, but look at what you did do. Like once I finally got to the point where I was noticing that in her, it's exactly like you said, she already feels guilty about what she didn't do. You need to boost up what she did do.
And she cares about what you think.
Yes, absolutely.
So on top 100%. Of that, it's not even that you're saying it, it's that she doesn't want you to be upset about it. She cares what you think. So I struggle with that all the time. But my husband's very supportive, just as you are. And I just praise you for that because we're hard to get along with. We're hard people to put up with, but it's so worth it because we have good, we have our good stuff too,
Absolutely.
And it's worth putting up, and helping us. If anything, it's not like it's something that it's horrible. If you really think about it, wow, something didn't get done. You just do it when you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These aren't big deals, but they can be if you don't understand. Because you're thinking that they're just lazy, and you're thinking that, they just want to do this. And then you start to decide what you think it is and manifest it, and then it just blows up. And it'll continue to do that until you really recognize, okay, there's a reason that she does these things or has these patterns, or, my outbursts have almost completely eliminated in the last 3 months. I've been taking some supplements to help along with my prescription, and it's amazing. I'm so excited.
Good.
My outbursts would be things like where I get kind of to a point where I got so irritated, I'd let things get to me and it just kept going. And then finally I just kind of like an attack, like, just yell something or be mean in a harsh way where I'm just not thinking clearly. I'm irrational about it, and it's emotional. It's like a quick, jab, because you can say. So it's really mean, but in almost the same breath, I recognize it, and I'm like, oh crap, there goes, I didn't use my filter, first of all, and you feel bad because you don't mean it. You get so angry so quick, and it's that emotional intelligence I've been reading about, or the lack thereof.
Right.
That you put so much emotion into it, you're not thinking rationally about, okay, just stop, chill, think about things, and then communicate. So I've been able to do that here lately, and it has helped us so much. Because I would just always apologize, and he understood that I wasn't trying to hurt him, or that I don't mean to, but that sucks when your wife's like taking a jab at you here and there,
Yeah.
But I also do it because I don't say do it because, but I feel like I know that he loves me no matter what, and I feel secure with him, so I'm able to be myself. And so those lash outs, I don't do it to necessarily people in public. You know what I mean?
Right. No.
So anyway, our communication's getting a lot better, and so that's really exciting. And I like to talk to other people who have those experiences, because we all have different symptoms and different things that we struggle with. And that was one of my biggest that I've been working on. So it's kind of a big victory.
Big victory, right. You got to take them where you can, man.
Yes, exactly. So.
Yeah. So y'all have a third member of the family that is on the road with you.
Yes, Gus, my puppy.
Yeah.
Yes. I put him outside right now because he would just bark at the computer. He doesn't like when I get on here and talk to people. He thinks it's weird. So, but yes, he's doing really well. He loves it out here, but then we also have to remember that other people don't necessarily like dogs, or they may be scared of, him or something. So we have to follow all of the leash laws and make sure that he stays, around us. And, so it's been kind of a struggle at first. But we ended up getting a shock collar, and we only shocked him twice. And I felt the shock before. I made sure I shocked myself first because I wasn't going to put it on him if I didn't know how long it was. And it goes to 99, and I have it on 8. And he freaks out. And I'm like, really? I did that on my arm. You're okay, So we did that twice. And then now we just use vibrate, and he freaks out. Because he's like, oh my gosh, I think that, that shock's coming on. Yeah. And he's like a whole different dog. He listens. He's really good. But he feels better. It's because we don't let him constantly bark at something it's unnecessary for him to be barking at it. So now that he knows not to do it, that's just kind of helping him and his anxiety. So it really helped him get used to the noises and seeing so many people and other dogs, things like that. Yeah. So it's working out. It's working out really good.
Good. That's what's up. I was wondering how he was going to acclimate from a house to a house with a yard to a camper and restrictions.
Yeah. So whenever we do go somewhere that has pretty, they're always on a leash, and you can't have them near anyone else's trailer, because we were just at a place like that. We just walk him out to a field and then just let him run in the field, because we're he is half pit, half boxer. He has way too much energy to not run. Yeah. And they had this little dog park. We literally walked over there, and it was smaller than our RV. The dimensions of the dog park. It was small. It was so small that we were like, yeah, you could bring a little dog in here, but he can't run around in this. He can't even get up to speed in this little thing, because he's pretty quick.
Does he swim in the lake? Does he like to get in the water?
He's just starting to, and he swam for the first time at Lakeside. And then here this morning, he kept trying, he kept thinking about it, and he'd start, he'd kind of slap at it, and then he'd scoot back. So he's still a little bit scared to get in on his own and just do it.
Yeah.
But I was prepared to jump in if I needed to. So
does he go out in the boat with y'all whenever y'all go out in the boat?
No. I don't trust him just yet.
Yeah.
I think he needs to calm down a little bit more first.
Right, exactly. So, I'm looking at my notes here. Tell us how you got involved with Sadie's Purpose.
Well, actually, I met Amanda on LinkedIn, Amanda Knight, and we did a Zoom together, and we never even talked about Sadie's Purpose, actually, when we did our first Zoom together, and we just had a really nice visit, conversations, and just kind of learned about each other and, you know, what we were doing on LinkedIn. And then I think I'd either mentioned at the end of it or on our next meet, I had mentioned, hey, I saw your, or no, it was on the first Zoom. I'm sorry. See, my memory is so bad. So towards the end, I said, hey, I've noticed Sadie's Purpose on your website. And then that's when we got to talking about, Sadie and her story. So I got to learn about her, but it wasn't until after that she really started posting about it and letting other people know, because she was just now letting, LinkedIn and sharing it when we met. So it was pretty new. And then, she started sharing it and everything. And the more I learned about it, and then the more she, asked for board members, I was like, heck yeah. And the main reason, I've miscarried twice, and my sister had 2 premature babies in the NICU, and she delivered both at 32 weeks. It was extremely scary. I slept on her floor in her hospital room. My mom slept next to me, and then her husband was up in the chair. I mean, we were just terrified with everything that was going on. The baby, she ended up being able to, they were delivered, and they stayed in the NICU for about 3 weeks, 3 weeks. Both of them. And both of them were right before Christmas. So it was just a really rough time. And my sister would go up there every day, and, until they'd make her leave. When I finally got to go in, it was so awesome to get to see her with her baby and show me things and teach me things about what she'd learned about what she needs to do with the baby. It was just, I had to learn everything with her, and she was scared to death. And it was just, so when I heard about Sadie's Purpose, it just touched my heart immediately. I was like, oh my gosh, this is something I want to be part of. And I've always wanted to be part of a nonprofit or do something. And it just spoke to me. I just knew that I was meant to help with it. So that's what I decided to do. I reached out and I said, sure, I'm interested if you think I'm qualified. I don't know if I am, but I would love to, So we really got to talking, and then Amanda asked if I'd like to, and I was ready to join. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. Like, you have, experience in the NICU, and that's what the passion. Like, I can see how that would make you qualified. Just the fact that you've experienced it, and
which is exactly what Amanda said. She said, I'm not looking necessarily for the qualified or the certain credentials. She said, I want someone who's passionate about it, and you clearly are. And she said, and I, would just love for you to be with us. So that's exactly what she said as well. So I thought that was really sweet.
One of my favorite sayings is, God doesn't always call the equipped, but he does equip the called.
Yes.
So just because you think you don't have the qualifications or aren't equipped to do something does not mean that it's not there.
Exactly. And that's what we said. And I said, absolutely. If you feel like I'm qualified or you have the passion and you want me to, I said, I'd love to learn with you. I'm not going to just, sit here and expect her to do everything. I'm happy to learn this whole process with her. And she said, that's perfect. That's what I need, And then we got a couple more qualified people to help us. And that would be Michael and Val. And then Amanda also has her best friend who's not on social media, who's also a board member as well. I'm sorry. I think it's Jennifer is her name, but I can't remember for sure. So I'm sure Amanda will let us know.
Yeah, she's still in the comments. Because she's so lucky to have you.
Aw. Y'all are awesome.
Right there.
I want to know. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's her having a degree in a certain area. And this is Amanda, y'all. Her prior experience for whatever is not what makes a person great at this. The passion to help others is what I was looking for. And Danielle fit the bill 100%. Yes, I believe that 100%. Jessica, her name is Jessica.
Oh, Jessica. Oh my gosh, my sister's name's Jessica. How did I not remember that? That's funny.
There's Val.
Oh,
Yeah.
Twin boys.
Wow.
5 weeks. Wow. Yep. Those NICU nurses, man, and doctors, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They really
That's
are.
got to be a tough job, man.
For sure.
And it's so cool too, like through the beauty of LinkedIn, y'all three met.
Yeah.
Or y'all four, I guess. 1, 2. Yeah, 4 y'all, Amanda, Danielle, Val, and Michael, and live in different parts of the country, but are still able to come together for this. Like it's
exactly. And that's what I think is so neat about it, because that's not even the first time that I've had a huge, like, wow, this was such a neat thing that I was able to do on LinkedIn. I mean, I've met so many people and I've learned so many things, and it's just cool. It's a neat community. Everybody's so supportive. Everybody's here for the same reason, and I think it's just a really awesome platform.
Yeah.
And the more settled I get, the more I'll be back in action. But it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job. So it doesn't have to be, but it's so fun that it kind of turns into it.
Yeah, exactly. I keep a tab. I keep LinkedIn open in one of the tabs on my computer at work all the time. So I'm constantly off and on and off and on and off and on.
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, you get stuck down the rabbit hole pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess as long as you're still getting your work done.
Yes, exactly.
I'm excited though, you telling me about Amy and her. I want you to see, let's all get together again, because I want to hear more about what she's doing, and I want to help her get like a self-care plan put together, because the more self-care techniques that you use and therapy and all natural, holistic methods, it just helps aid in that. And it allows, not only allows the medication to work better, but then to have less of a need for it. Even if you still need it, maybe a less dosage,
Right.
And it can be stuff as simple as going out for a walk or drinking cold ice water, or, you know what I mean? Like there's so many different things, and everybody is different. So I might have these things that benefit me and help me to get through my day better, where someone else, has a completely different scope, because we're all different.
Right.
So I'd love to get together with that. But I also want to hear more about what you're doing with your next session, like your new.
Okay. So.
Your new thing.
Yeah, the new thing I'm going to do. Yeah, so I'm real excited about it. I'm scheduled out through the first week in August on my lives. Not that I'm some popular dude or whatever, but if I thought about somebody that I wanted to have on, I'd go ahead and ask them while I was thinking about it before I forgot.
Right.
So it kind of put me out to where I was booked through August, and I quit asking people because I knew I wanted the new thing. Yeah.
Sorry.
And actually, yeah, it's going to be with Nathan. This new thing is going to be with Nathan. I knew I wanted to do something a little bit different with my lives. I wanted to, I booked so many people out that I wasn't able to talk about anything I wanted to talk about, which I love highlighting people in my network. That's the whole reason I got live. But I kind of was feeling a kind of shift in my head about where I wanted to go with it. And so Nathan DM'd me, and Nathan's a felon too. We're both felons. I've been to prison. He's been to prison. And so he DM'd me. He was like, "Hey man, what do you think about doing something with our lives to kind of help in the stigma or go against the stigma or whatever associated with felons? Talk about the struggles that felons face with like jobs and places to live, and just
absolutely
all that kind of stuff.
Restrictions, all these restrictions,
and loss of rights to vote and to have guns and everything else that goes along with it." And so I was like 100% on board with that. And I couldn't think of anybody else I'd rather do it with than Nathan. We've gotten pretty tight over the past couple months.
Good.
Yeah. So starting June the 30th, let me go to my calendar and make sure. Yep. Starting June the 30th. That's going to be the first episode. He's going to host it. We're going to take turns hosting on our lives.
Nice.
And we're going to go once a month, maybe twice a month after that. And then, and I don't know if he's going to do it keep him on YouTube, on his YouTube channel too. I think he is. But then, like all the ones that he hosts, he's going to email me the video so I can put it on my YouTube channel too.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have LinkedIn up on your?
Oh, I might.
Do you have the live up on yours? I'm hearing an echo.
I got rid of LinkedIn. Does that help?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe I should talk.
No. I was echoing, and I don't know if it was me or Kenny jumped over to Twitch. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm really excited to do it. I did a post about it, and I had just a ton of people reach out and say, "Hey, I want to come on and talk about this." Like Jessica Hill, she works with Express Employment Professionals, a staffing agency, and they work real close. I still have an echo. I'm going to have to figure out what that is. It's not you.
Okay. I don't think so either.
I don't think so. She works with a staffing agency, and they hire and help felons out. We've had just a ton of people want to get involved with it. So we're super excited about it. We're super excited to shed some light on the stuff that, people have such a bad idea of felons, no matter what it is that you went to prison for. They're intimidated by them or whatever.
Right.
And,
you don't have to know why. They just, I love it. I think this is going to be awesome. And I know that you previously, when we talked, you shared that you also minister at the prison on the weekends, right?
I do. Yeah. They just opened it back up a couple months ago. And so we've been back once. We went back last month. Oh, my pastor went with me on this one, and they're COVID testing everybody before they go in, and he tested positive for corona. And I don't know how. Like, he had just come from the doctor. He went back to the doctor the next week, and he was negative. So I don't know. Anyway, we're going back on the 13th. Funny story. I actually got suspended as a volunteer in the middle of all that because I had written a letter to one of the inmates in there, and he was a guy I had done time with. Because I go back to the same unit I did most of my time on, and I had disclosed too much personal information as a volunteer, so they suspended me. I had to take a retraining and all kinds of stuff.
Oh man,
I'm back good now though, so I didn't miss any. Like the time span between the times we were supposed to go, I got it resolved between then.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be back on. We're going back on the 13th, I think. So we're excited to be back.
And I'm so ignorant when it comes to all of that. Like I wouldn't have even known that there were restrictions or rules that you could run into with things like that. Like, I just don't think of it, because I don't do it.
Right.
But so those are other challenges that you're facing, just trying to be there, helping and ministering to those people that you're trying to help. And then you're trying to jump through hoops for them to allow you to keep doing it. Yeah.
And it's good for them because I did right at a little over 5 years on that unit. So I got to know a lot of the guys really well. We had a good church ministry, a good chaplaincy. So I was real involved with that. A lot of the guys that I'm still close to were also real involved with that. And, they were my friends. So it's only natural to write, this is what I've been up to.
Right.
Let me turn my sound down. Maybe that'll get rid of the echo. As a volunteer, you can't do that. But going back in, what it allows us to do is it allows the guys to see that, hey, Chris is locked up with us, and now he's doing good.
Yeah, there's hope.
Yeah, I have a beautiful wife, a good job. Things are going great. God has blessed me. It's actually they saw me in white. Now they see me in free world clothes and see what God's doing. Yeah. So it's just an awesome way to go back and give those guys hope.
I love it. I think that's awesome. And your wife does that with you, right?
She does. Yeah. Whenever we were dating, I told her, I said, look, as soon as I'm able to, I'm going back in as a volunteer. She said, that's fine, but I'm not going to go with you. I said, okay, you don't have to. Like, I'm not trying to push you to. Well, then enough time went by. I'd been out long enough where I was able to take the training. And she was like, I think I want to take it with you. I said, okay. Yeah. And now, all the guys I was friends with, she loves them all, she looks for them when we go in. Yeah. And if somebody's not there, she's like, oh,
where's so-and-so?
Yeah. Casper's not here. Where is he? And they've grown to love her too. So it's just been an awesome thing just to see where God brought her from. I'm not going back in to now she loves to go back in, and she misses it when we don't go.
That's awesome. I love that. That's awesome. I can't wait to hear about, your lives and how y'all are able to support them and stop the stigma and turn things around, because you've really done well. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. And it's only been it hadn't been anything. God has really had his hand on me this whole time. I can't even take any kind of credit for it.
Right.
So it's just a testimony to that. If you're walking in his will, then stuff's going to happen. Good stuff's going to happen.
Exactly.
It is, Val. It blew me away when she said she wanted to take the volunteer training with me. Yeah. And I actually prayed for that in prison. When I was praying for my wife, this is a cool story. I prayed, the only physical attribute I prayed for was dark hair and dark eyes.
Okay.
I didn't pray for a little skinny.
Check.
Yeah, exactly. Check. I didn't pray for, supermodel body and all this kind of crazy stuff. I said, God, all I really want is brown hair.
Unrealistic.
Yeah, unrealistic. Exactly. But everything else I prayed for somebody that was headstrong or, independent and would stand on her own 2 feet. And I prayed that it would be somebody that would be able to do ministry with me.
Oh,
and
good.
I didn't try to force it on her. So when it was time, God
worked it in.
Worked it out. Yeah. It was so cool.
It was always part of the plan.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, cool. Was there anything else we needed to go over? Anything else you wanted to say? Anything else you wanted anybody to know?
Oh, gosh. Not that I know of. I mean, I didn't really have anything planned.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But
I always just try to freestyle these. To me, it makes for a lot smoother, a lot more fun kind of live where it's just 2 folks having a conversation,
Definitely, because I start getting anxious when I feel like I have certain things I need to say, or
I do too. Like
I've got everything in my head that I already want to say, and I got to figure out how to get it out.
Yeah, the only thing I wrote down was to make sure we talk about Sadie's Purpose and Amy and Darren. But if I had made a checklist of stuff, we'd have been done in like 10 minutes because that's all we would have talked about, and then we'd have been left struggling like what to talk about next.
Exactly.
So I'll make a note or 2 about something, but other than that, I just try to keep it as possible.
That's fun. I like it. I like your lives. They're awesome. Everybody hashtag so I did a thing if you like it too.
Right. So this is going to be on you. This is on YouTube whenever I'm still figuring out how to move it from the live section to the video section, but I'm going to link Sadie's Purpose in it, and I'm going, not that, I only have 11 subscribers, so I don't know how many people are going to see it, but I'm going to put the link in there.
It could be one person that it helps. You never know.
Yeah, and I'm going to put the link in there for them to go visit Amy's page, to go buy something to help support you guys. So that'll be good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming. I enjoyed it.
I did too. I can't wait for your next sessions.
Yeah. I'm here every Wednesday, and then the new thing starts June the 30th. So
good deal.
I'm really excited about that. Like, I'm really stoked.
Yeah, me too. And I can't wait to see Amy and talk to Amy again. So tell her hi for us.
I will.
And tell her we'd love for her to join us sometime.
I will. She's so funny. I've told you this before. Like, she hates. I'll be like, well, why don't you want to join me? Like, we do a Zoom party every Tuesday that's open to anybody that wants to drop in. And why don't you join us? No. Well, if she's around, she can. Like, she has to. Like, a couple of weeks ago, she was sitting right over there. And we got to talking and laughing and having fun, and it wasn't long before she came around and was right here in my ear, just talking it up with everyone.
Yeah.
So, bye, Amanda. Thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Lucy. Thanks to everyone that joined us. So, one more. Let's remember to do the call to action this time. If you want to go check out, I dropped it in the links. You can go check out Amy's website where she's got the onesies and the adult tees and stuff like that for sale. Darren designed those. Am I right?
Yes.
The graphic on that. So that is really cool. Go buy it. It'll help support Sadie's Purpose and help getting these support packs into the families that are in the NICU.
Exactly.
Just help show them some love. SadiesPurpose.org. Yeah, SadiesPurpose.org. Go follow Danielle, follow Amanda Knight. Danielle. Yeah. The camera's backwards. Right there. Danielle Keeling. Follow Val and Michael and all those guys. They put out some great stuff. Just super, super amazing people. And, Amanda's very open about it. She shares a lot about Sadie on LinkedIn, and you can see the passion behind why she wants to do this and why it's such an amazing thing.
She does.
Yeah. And we're actually trying to get her, I think, she hadn't confirmed it yet, but Nathan reached out to her to be our first guest on the new thing we're doing.
Oh,
And she
that'd
has
be
some
awesome.
experience with like some family or something that are felons. So, oh, y'all go check out Nathan. Nathan is live right now. He is live on Twitch at Nathan_Winsonreed. He's on YouTube at Winsing LLC. And then he's also live on LinkedIn. So if y'all aren't doing anything else, hop over there and say hi to Nathan.
All right, let's do it.
All right, awesome. Y'all have a good one. Hey,
All
there's
right.
Michael. Michael showed up. What is up, Michael? Man, you coming on just we're leaving, dude. We were talking about you earlier, though.
Yep, you'll have to watch the replay.
Yeah, all good things, man.
Your ears must have been ringing.
It must have been. I was telling her how much I love your profile picture because it's this little bit of you and then this whole background, like you can't hardly see. Yeah, Michael's one of the board members of Sadies Purpose for anybody that wasn't here earlier. So, yeah, Amanda's leaving too. All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
See y'all
Have a
later.
good night. Bye.
Bye.